people that hate them out of society.
Away from my mother, your husband, our family.
It locked them up.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans. By 2040,
Andy Bashir has already chosen what he would do during the pandemic. He would not go along with what's best for the Commonwealth of Kentucky. He would go along with Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize it's not death. Cause I've been laughing and laughing so long that
Alright, this is exactly like one interview of a Muslim in Canada with a reporter.
One day we can have a Muslim majority nation here in Canada. Right in your face.
We have Canadian law here, and you say that Sharia law to displace Canadian law. That doesn't sound very respectful.
Muslim majority. You won't have any other option. Go to your Muslim and tell her to change the law.
So what, sir? To Sharia law?
No, change the law to not allow any more Muslims to come to Canada. We need all our allegiance and our loyalty first and foremost to our religion, not to the people. To be honest, when I went for my so-called vote, I was silent. I didn't say anything. It was your responsibility to make sure you got it out of me. So when I didn't say anything, I'm not liable to anything.
Interview of a Muslim in Canada with a reporter.
And since you brought it up, allow me to elaborate with my answer. There are 1.2 billion Muslims in the world today. Of course, not all of them are radicals. The majority of them are peaceful people. The radicals are estimated to be between 15 to 25%. You're looking at 180 million to 300 million people dedicated to the destruction of Western civilization. So why should we worry about the radicals, 15 to 25%? Because it is the radicals that kill. Because it is the radicals that behead ambassadors. When you look throughout history, most Germans were peaceful, yet the Nazis drove the agenda, and as a result, 60 million people died, 6 million were Jews. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Japan prior to World War II, most Japanese were peaceful as well. Yet Japan was able to butcher its way across Southeast Asia, killing 12 million people, mostly killed with bayonets and shovels. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. On September 11th in the United States, we had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers, 19 radicals to bring America down to its knees, destroy the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon, and kill almost 3,000 Americans that day. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. And since you brought it up, allow me to elaborate with my answer.
my God, how much time have you tell us I'm not cheat for you? I swear to God, for my brother life. David. My God, how much time have you tell us I'm not cheat for you? I swear to God, for my brother life.
Guys, I cannot.
North Korea has reinstalled loudspeakers blaring propaganda across its border with the South.
Did you wash your ass today?
But can you imagine you had somebody up here running for office and he said, we're going to ban child sexual mutilation. People would say, is this guy crazy? Of course so. Or we're going to give parental rights back in our schools. Who would think they've taken it away? They're arresting parents. They're arresting parents.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
6 billion idol worshippers who makes God angry every second of their life. Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Tibet, Nepal, Thailand. So many. India alone is 500 million. China is 2 billion. So many. 2 billion Christians, which are idol worshippers. Between Chinese, Indian, Hindus, Buddhists, and Christian, at least 6.5 billion people are idol worshippers that according to the Torah do not have the right to live. Idol worshiper, goy, it's that bad.
Well, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. Like, we get that dime a dozen. Even without the money, I had every woman I ever wanted. So, like, just because you're going to be at my home when I come there cooking, I don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? I need a girl that's going to understand what I go through. You know what I mean? Also, add to the text. Always have. You know what I mean? Your energy got to be right. Your mind got to be right. That body don't mean nothing after a while. You know what I'm saying? I think we fuck anything, man. So, like, you could be the baddest bitch in the world. That's fine. Listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. Like, we get that dime a dozen. Even without the money, I had every woman I ever wanted. So, like, just because you're going to be at my home when I come there cooking, we need that shit. You know that's gonna understand what I go through. You know what I mean? Also add to the it's over with after a certain time. Energy gotta be right. Mind gotta be right. That body don't be nothing after a while. You know what I'm saying? A nigga will fuck anything, man. So like, you can be the baddest bitch in the world. That's fine. Listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Even without the money, I had everyone I ever wanted, so like, just because you're gonna be at my home when I come there cooking, I don't need that shit. I need a girl that's gonna understand what I go through. You know what I mean? Also add to the thing. Fucking pussy is over with after a certain time. Always have. I mean, energy gotta be right. Your mind gotta be right. That body don't mean nothing after a while. You know what I'm saying? A nigga will fuck anything, man. So like, you can be the baddest bitch in the world. That's fine.
But like, how are Europeans supposed to act or react when Africans are pouring in from everywhere at the moment?
They should accept it.
They should just be like, oh, come, take our homes, take our jobs, take everything.
Because when you guys came in mass to Africa,
but that was so long ago.
That was so long ago. But your companies are still there, looting Africa.
Perhaps.
Neo-colonialism.
Perhaps.
You are still there, stealing our resources, using our resources to develop your countries, and you don't want us to come here. You are asking how should you guys react when you come here.
Exactly. How are we supposed to react?
Imagine a thief steals your television, your TV, and you go to his house to watch a soccer game. How should you react? Exactly. Just be quiet.
But like, how are Europeans supposed to act or react when Africans are pouring in from everywhere at the moment?
They should accept it.
They should just be like, oh, come, take our homes, take our jobs, take everything.
Because when you guys came in mass to Africa,
but that was so long ago. I cannot even bring it in now.
But your companies are still there, looting Africa.
Perhaps.
Neo-colonialism.
Perhaps.
You are still there, stealing our resources, using our resources to develop your countries, and you don't want us to come here. You are asking how should you guys react when you come here.
Exactly. How are we supposed to react?
Imagine a thief steals your television, your TV, and you go to his house to watch a soccer game. How should the thief react? Exactly. Just be quiet.
But like, how are Europeans supposed to act or react when Africans are pouring in from everywhere at the moment?
They should accept it.
They should just be like, oh, come, take our homes, take our jobs, take
Africans.
everything.
Because when you guys came in mass to Africa,
but that was so long ago. I cannot even bring it in now.
But your companies are still there, looting Africa.
Perhaps.
Neo-colonialism.
Perhaps.
You are still there, stealing our resources, using our resources to develop your countries, and you don't want us to come here. You are asking how should you guys react when you come here.
Example, how?
Imagine the day they see you are just
For those raising the Palestinian flag, where were you when ISIS was launched in the name of Islam and beheaded tens of thousands of Arabs in Libya, Syria, and Iraq? Why didn't you take it to the streets and raise their flags and condemn the terror and call for a ceasefire? Where were you when Arab dictators and terrorists killed hundreds of thousands of Arabs in Syria and Libya? Why didn't you take it to the streets then and raise the Syrian and Libyan flags and condemn the terror and call for a ceasefire? Where were you in the last decade when Saudi Arabia, backed by other Arab countries, killed and starved out more than 400,000 Yemenis? My country. I didn't see any of you take to the streets or raise the Yemeni flag or condemn the terror or call for a ceasefire. This calls for some self-reflection. When millions of Arabs are slaughtered by other Arabs, you say absolutely nothing. But when 7,000 Arabs are killed by Jews defending their right to exist, you revolt, you get angry, you raise the flag, you condemn the terror, you call for a ceasefire, you turn the world upside down. Why is that? Why were you so silent then, but so loud now? For those raising the Palestinian flag, where were you when ISIS was launched in the name of Islam and beheaded tens of thousands of Arabs in Libya, Syria, and Iraq? Why didn't you take it to the streets and raise their flags and condemn?
Yeah, you are. Now, I'm not saying vote for Trump, but you gotta know this ain't it. How much you wanna bet she wasn't pointing at anybody either? Let me remind you that I said this in 1964. In the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. Peter, imagine if both stood down in the election cycle and made Democrats earn their vote. Hip-hop party, that's what they think. You are a genre of music, and you will blindly follow rappers who probably don't vote for Democrats themselves. I strongly suggest... Y'all about to do it again, aren't you? To listen to the Ballad of the Bullet speech in it.
Off with here!
In its entirety, and listen to it to comprehend, not respond. Y'all about to do it again, aren't you?
Yeah.
You are. Now, I'm not saying vote for Trump, but you gotta know this ain't it. How much you wanna bet she wasn't pointing at anybody either? Let me remind you that Malcolm X said this in 1964.
Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you back controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you.
I have a secret to share with you guys. You did not.
The way you was throwing that ass back to me last night.
You like that?
I did not ever find out that you were throwing that ass back to somebody else.
Oh, I would help.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Because I am the one that curled it. The way you was throwing that ass back to me last night.
You like that?
I did not ever find out. Throwing that.
Got one!
Friendly cluster mine planted.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Come.
Anybody know that only God can do it? Oh God, I'm scared. Okay, I'm about to do it. I'm doing it. I'm going all the way. Shut up.
Hostile UAV overhead.
Open it.
The way you was.
Feel like men are holding their friends as adults accountable.
So I saw this video and this lady said, fellas, if you check her trunk and it's dirty, she need a wife.
Throwing drill charge!
I got some work to do.
So I saw this video and this lady said, fellas, if you check her trunk.
Stop using curse words. That's right, stop using curse words. And I'm not just talking about profanity. Many of you are cursing your future with the words you speak.
So I'm going to enlighten you guys on something that you may not be ready to hear. I've been teaching for 10 plus years. And throughout that whole time, I've noticed a change in the communication between the kids, the language between the kids. But one thing that has stuck out to me the most is that every single year, more and more children of other ethnicities all across the board are using the N-word. Now, I want to preface this that I don't allow any kids to use the N-word.